tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me. Oh. My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
You are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Nah, I knew that was going to be
But
the
I
answer.
surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Get off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, NBC News Radio, and CNBC News and NBC Sports, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podcast, Podchaser, Streaker, you name it. I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. I just splattered a little bit of my coffee there too, because there's just like too much gossip and screaming and ranting and angry talk all over the place. I want to balance out all of that with some good news that you are loving, lovable, and loved, and you have a comforter around you that is all about worthiness, and this life does not suck. It is a wonderful thing. And there's a focus always on Thursdays. Thanks to Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and
Frank Pirolo
on relationships. And that's the topic always on Thursdays, just because I'm the producer and I can choose whatever I want to talk about. And I'm so glad we already have our cashew gallery that gets in here before I do. And sometimes before my sound engineer, who is doubling as my co-host does. So over Orville Nation, streaming in from Portugal, I think, unless he just flew to New York. And PJ, you know, I actually know a JP, and he gets mad because I keep saying PJ. I keep telling him it's because I have a friend named PJ, but he's not liking that. Anyways, and Troy Pacelli, co-captains of my Cashew Gallery support group, and so glad that you're here. Let's give them a gratitude to start for my gratitude sandwich. 8 specific things that you want to be grateful for. So I'm going to start with my co-captains. I'm going to do 2, Troy and BJ. That's 2 gratitudes. Frank, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for modern medicine.
Oh, good. I am grateful for my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith. I just streamed on his live. One of the only benefits of moving from 8 to 9 is that I get to go on his lives every once in a while now. And on Instagram, I'm Doc Balance. So it doesn't say Dr. Marissa. And I said something and he goes, Doc Balance, I know who you are, Marissa, which is always nice. And we'll talk about a guest he had on today. And then let's see if there's any other gratitudes. Okay. They're having some fun with each other here. Yes. I know you love Michael too. You can have that gratitude. And then what else are you grateful for? One more.
I am grateful for ski season, which is coming up soon.
Oh, you ski? That's super cool. I actually ski too because I was born in Canada. I skied before
That's the only way to get around up there, right? Is by ski?
Well, yeah, around the moose, you know, that are all over the place. You know, we do have like civilization, but
I'm kidding.
It's definitely a very beloved sport up there in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
So I am going to go to the bottom of the button because Frank likes it on the bottom. And that is 8 things that you appreciate about yourself. What we're doing is having breakfast with Dr. Marissa and
Frank Pirolo.
Just cut. I know. Normally you get a little warning. But I am, we're having breakfast together if you haven't noticed. And the top of the bun is gratitude sandwich. The bottom of the bun is appreciation. So I am known for this sandwich because it's a tool. It's a Happy 88 tool to take back your own mental health. And certainly the bottom of the bun where you talk about what you like about yourself helps with self-care, self-love, gets rid of self-loathing and no side effects. If you're one that you recognize you need more help, but you reach for that short-term masking thing called medication, which helps in the short run, but long run, the side effects that they actually say on the commercials, which always shocks me that people actually take it after hearing all those possible things. But oh well, short-term fixes. But what do you like about yourself? And I like that I am enthusiastic. I don't think I've used it.
I like that I am musical.
Nice. Oh, there's another gratitude. Haha. PJ caught us live. Grateful for working from home. No commute. Absolutely. I appreciate that I am fun loving.
I appreciate that I am kind.
Very. I appreciate that I am always trying. Sometimes I am very trying. But I just love to learn. I love to learn. I love learning new things, especially. I love reading menus because of the deliciousness of life. And I am definitely just naturally high. And I'm going to end it there because I just finished all 8 right there, I think. And thank you for joining us for breakfast this morning. And why do I want you to have breakfast with us every morning? Because if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect other people to approve of you? And it is of utmost importance that every single day is used in the most happy way. 88% happiness. I'm on that Happy 88 mission. I'm going up to Berkeley, California for another book signing in 2 weeks. We're happy about that. Thank you. And back on tour, back speaking, going to speak in Australia and New Zealand over the holidays to bring in the new year. I am blessed and I am happiest when I am talking about happiness. So that's why I want you to do the gratitude sandwich, not because I'm happy, because you can choose happiness if you choose to. You can choose unhappiness as well, but I'm going to ask you to drink my Kool-Aid. And today we are talking about relation. I didn't even bother asking my co-host today what he wanted to talk about because I already knew what I wanted to talk about. And I changed my mind already. I was looking at aging and relationships and how it's kind of, we started talking about this last week, like how do you expect to stay with the same person when, people change? And then this morning, I got to be part of a live that my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, interviewed this guy who I've never heard of, partially because I don't watch TV, I don't have a TV, but apparently he's been all over the place. He is the product of 2 metaphysical teachers who one's from Ghana and one's from Japan, and met through a letter. And he listened to that voice, and I've had that voice that said, you're going to meet, your wife on tour or on, as he was, it's a longer story. But let's just say they met by mail, not a mail order bride, conscious decision, a Japanese and a Ghanaian and had this baby, a soul baby, I'm calling him, Kumar Blackson. And I'm going to try to get him on the show. But he also then, in following, I guess, with tradition, he met a woman who he thought all the signs were, this was the perfect match for him. And it wasn't. And broke up with her. And then the voice told him to move to Florida. He moved to Florida. And then he had a dream about going to Brazil. And so went to Brazil, and there he met a woman who he didn't feel like there was anything special. Second time met her, still nothing special. Third time, the voice, that's her. And they're married, and they just had a little baby boy. Oh. So this boy is Japanese grandmother, Ghanaian, South Africa, or West Africa. It's Ghana. I was in Ghana, beautiful place. West African grandfather. So the mother's Brazilian and Italian, a little bit of English. That's going to be one heck of a baby. But he's been on Larry King Live and all this as, a metaphysical teacher, new global thought leader in self-development, which I'm grateful that I've also been given that moniker, emerging global thought leaders. And I just was inspired with thinking about, and Frank was honest with me the other day. He's been, just like Sam. I don't think I overwhelm my co-host, but it seems like I just got $5. That's so nice. Look at that. That deserves some love. Thank you so much. I'll see if I have to split this with Frank. But I know Alon got one when Maria was on. I don't think I don't even know where this money goes, to be honest. So I have to go look at that. But anyways, thank you so much, PJ, for that support. It's funny because I gave $5 this morning to my big brother, Michael, after seeing him on Instagram Live. But I decided, wouldn't it be fun to let the universe bring me a multifunctional co-host? Because Frank's schedule, and it's already, he's doing a lot for me, just doing the sound engineering. So I'm letting him off the hook. But instead of going to look for a co-host for Straight Talk, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to audition men? It has to be men, only because I have so many wonderful women co-hosts already. And to keep it spicy and fun, they have to be, and this disqualifies PJ and Troy, because I thought about asking you both. And you can sub in until I find a winner. But wouldn't it be fun to have a co-host contest? And I've done this before, but specifically for this series. So single, me and looks, and I know it's my. Well, you know what? Maybe I should take that out of the equation, because in all of this that I've learned this morning, just from Michael's guest, is my way of choosing has not exactly done very well when it comes to mating and relationships. So maybe I just need to let the universe see what the universe brings us. Wouldn't it be a great story that I end up with someone who auditioned for a spot as a co-host on my Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa on Thursdays, and then, the chemistry or whatever is or is not there, then I go to the next co-host until I have someone who proposes. Just kidding. But certainly the concept of leaving it in this very random way and we'll see. Orville's like, is there a reality show in this? And it's funny that you should bring that up, Orville Nation PJ. Yesterday, I get a random Instagram message. This is why I love, people who are just slamming social media. It's corrupting our kids and blah, blah, blah. And I hear it all the time. And I have always, or at least 89, 98% of the time, I've been a cheerleader for social media simply because it allows connections like this. So I'll share this with you. So I get this message. Oh, she messaged me again. Okay. Oh, never mind. That was too late. Anyway, she sends me this. She follows me. I didn't know. And so I had to accept her. And she said, you'd be perfect for this. And it's a contest, a reality show contest for Queenager. Go ahead, laugh again. And it says, oh, these glasses. I just got these glasses, and I think I like my $1.25 Dollar Tree glasses better. You've made it through marriage, divorce, and your kids are out of the house. Well, maybe. You have it all: experience, money, style, and you're single. You know how to party like a teenage rock star. You can travel anywhere at any time in VIP style. You are unapologetic, outrageous, and sexy. Sound like anybody you know? Dinner and movie on a weeknight with your girlfriends is not enough. Roll out the red carpet, yacht, private plane, and champagne. Well, I'll accept the champagne. It's time to show the world this is the way to live. It's your time to shine. To apply, please email. And this is the group, theconloncompany.com. That, oh, shoot. I did not with photos. I didn't send photos. I need to send photos. Let's see. This is the same group. Okay, so her name is Ranella Ferrer, and she's got 170,000 followers. I'm like, wow. It's always interesting when I get contacted by influencers, partially because you know how I feel. I don't really care about numbers, but obviously it's interesting to me when people have a lot of numbers. And I went to see why. Oh, and I said, thank you. And I'm known to say it takes one to see one. And she said, thank you, ma'am. I live in Naples area, and I've been following your page for a while when I saw your post. You're amazing. And thanks for representing the Asian community. And I said, I just followed you back, and it looks like you need to be on my Tuesday talent show. She just sang again the anthem for the some big football, no, some game. I need to go back to her profile. Anyways, she's a singer, and she was, let's see, I believe I was looking for videos from Naples location to show my friends that I don't live in the area, and then I saw your page. I moved here when I met my husband. I was living in the house for a while, although I did grow up in Cerritos. Well, congrats on your singing. My story around singing, but put that aside to get my PhD many, many years ago. Been thinking about picking it up again. So it's no accident that you're on my radar now. Not sure the Queenager will help with that. Ha ha. And Asian pride to you too, hashtag. And oh my God, you should definitely submit. I was on a reality show called Revenge Body. Now here's the other funny haha thing. By Khloe Kardashian. So you know my daughter's name is Khloe. You know how I feel about the Kardashians. And now I have to change my mind again. Because I used to say there's no gossip, no scandal, no Kardashian talk on this show. But because my girlfriend, satellite sister Kuyo Graham, told me that I have to take that off because she was coming on the show. And Kim Kardashian has been a wonderful angel support with both money and time with her work in the juvenile system. And Spirit Awakening is a brilliant organization that gets youth that are coming out of the system a new start and completely turns their lives around. So Kim Kardashian gave Akuyo, my satellite sister out of Agave, a couple $1 million. So I had to change all my promo, right? Just not say K word, no gossip, no scandal, no Kardashian talk, to no K words, no Kanye talk. So now you know the history behind that. And then she tells me she's been on, so I clicked it, and it's really good. It's a story about, you should go watch it, Ranella Ferrer is her name, about her journey as a singer and not being accepted, and mom not loving her for who she is. And sound familiar? And her body, she'd gotten heavy because she was stuffing her feelings and all of that. And so that show, I guess, slimmed her down, worked with a trainer, and now she's back singing. And so she knows the producer because of that, and so referred me and said, you know, she'd be perfect. So we'll see. That's a reality show, PJ. That's why I said it's funny you're saying reality shows. There's another possible, but yes, I think it is.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
How about you have all your potential co-hosts live in a house together while they're auditioning for your attention? And then you can film all the drama.
Oh, Frank, I think PJ will be right there with you. PJ, you can produce that one if you would like, to help Frank fulfill his fantasy. I don't want to. I really don't even think that would be attractive at all, and very. Oh my God! Like he's. Okay, fine. You guys work it out. I'm staying out of that one. But I'm just saying, what do you think of having auditions here? And we'll just make it official. See what happens. If you're single, and it doesn't matter what you look like, because I'm going to try to do things differently. And I'm going to let that little voice of mine that led me to a best-selling book and an award-winning show and in its 600 consecutive weeks on the air on camera. So that little voice obviously knows me better than I know myself. And let's do this. So if you're listening and wondering what the heck's going on today, we are producing reality shows now on the air, on camera. No thanks to PJ and Frank. But this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, NBC News Radio, the station that leaves no listener behind. And I am Dr. Marissa, your hashtag crazy queenager host, and my co-host,
Frank Pirolo.
And we are here to chat about relationships, and we're hooking up. No, I'm kidding. We're not hooking up. We are officially announcing a contest for my next co-host as Frank focuses on his stuff and gets enough sleep and does all the things that he needs to do. So the new co-host, the only qualification is that you are single. How about that? Because age is just a number, although I have to admit, cougar has never been an aspiring logo for me or hashtag, because I don't ever want to be seen as the older woman, which has always been a challenge for me because I'm attracted to, I don't know if I'm youth, but I do like pretty boys, let's just put it that way. Usually pretty boys are boys, not men. So I need to, I'm not going to shit on myself, but that's why I'm just saying the only qualification is that you are single. And I thought about this because I thought maybe PJ or Troy might be good co-hosts, since they're so good in the chat on the Cashew Gallery, but they're both happily married. So I have to have something in this for me, right? Oh, he's adding, wait. Auditions sound cool. If you do this properly, it could be great PR, right? They should also be an influencer. Okay, but PJ, I knew you were going to do that. PJ is always on my assets to get bigger, not bigger this way, but with numbers and everything. And I keep fighting him. I love what I do. And if you build it, they will come. But okay, fine. Whatever that means, you have to be single and an influencer. So if you have nobody, I guess in the sense that you do have people that want to hear what you have to say. Okay, so you have to represent. Okay, I'm going to make another qualification. Do you think I should say no negative Nellies or no negative Neds? Because I just don't want to have to fight. Like, I'm all about, but what do you think?
I think if they really watch the show, they'll already know that.
Okay.
But you could find someone who's not already who's new to the show. But they'll figure that out in the first episode. I think that is a positivity show. Obviously, there can be negative things you address or put a positive spin on it. Or not a positive spin, but like figure out how to make positive. How to overcome it. But yeah, you don't want anyone overly negative because that would just be kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are negative don't realize how negative they are, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I remember that reminds me, I met someone and they said I'm one of the most positive people I know. And I really had to try to keep my face straight. It's like, okay, very little self-awareness or you obviously don't know many people. But okay, let's see. That rules me out. I'm not an influencer. I refuse to accept the moniker of influencer. Ooh, fighting words, Troy. Let's see what yeah, you are really good on the air. Okay. So, I'll get in that fight. Influencer. I've been called an influencer. I like it in the sense that if you say I'm an influencer for positive things, then yeah, for sure, I want to be that. That's why I do what I do. And Troy, I'm sorry. I think as soon as you do anything in public where you are attracting an audience or you are putting yourself out there, you're an influencer. Whether you like it or not, you're an influencer. But there's nothing wrong with being an influencer. It is just a label for those of us crazy enough to put ourselves out there for both criticism and compliments. So, but I do understand, Troy, what you're talking about, because it's the same thing like when people do say, oh my God, you're a celebrity. And I'm like, I'll say, well, in my own mind, I'll say minor, I'm a BC, I'm a Z influencer or a Z celebrity. And I will, self-deprecate because one, that's part of the Asian woman way. You don't want to, be all that and be accused of being all that. And I was told, that, my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, will say things that will shock me. Like I was at a celebration of life for Lissa Sprinkles, who was his other spiritual mom. I love her so much, and she's in heaven. I met her daughter by accident. She ran up to me on Catalina Island what are the chances of that?
It's a big place. You'll run into a lot of people there.
Is that what it is? This is you. This is like she passed maybe 7 years ago. But at her after party, where they have the food and people get together, people were, and her family flew in from the East Coast and introduced Reverend Michael or Dr. Michael Beckwith as, this huge global thought leader, speaker on Super Soul Sunday for Oprah's friend, a global thought leader, huge, right? Reverend Michael is huge, 2 million followers, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting beside him and he goes, and you're going to want to remember Dr. Marissa's name because she's going to be like a household word. And I'm looking at him. This is a long time ago, before the show, before the book, and done some TV. But I was just like, oh my God. And then like a year later, he says, when I landed something big, and he's like, this is nothing. And just remember us little people. I'm like, do you know who you are? So I say all this, Troy, that there's, and when I was named Asian Oprah, it was actually back in 2012 when I won the Asian Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and they brought me on stage with Asian Oprah, big screaming banner. And I'm like, whoa, too big for my shoes, didn't step into it, ignored that whole thing. It wasn't until Michael actually dubbed me. He thinks he did it. I don't tell him this. He thinks he named me that, when in actual fact, that was already named in 2012, but it wasn't until 2017, I believe, that I stepped into it. And that's when he introduced me to Oprah as, this is the Asian Oprah. So I'm saying this as a treatment for you, Troy, is that I know that you want to be bigger and have a bigger platform. You've expressed that. But along with that comes an embracing of who you are and how big you are, and humbly so. There's a difference between, thinking you're all that and your shit talkie doesn't stink and you're better than everybody. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, see, that's that sound, that beep beep is saying that I'm right. It is about us stepping into and not hiding the natural light that we have. And here we go. Every single person has a natural light. Frank, you're stepping out as a DJ, as a sound engineer. You have your own show on Sunday to embrace that. PJ, you have your own show. You're so busy promoting other people sometimes, to also say, and I know what I'm talking about because I have my own. And it's all about all of us, really. We're all one of a kind, wonderful. We all have unique talents, gifts, and abilities. Not everybody needs to be at the bottom of the mountain, blossoming as a flower that everybody sees. There's people who are on the flip side, at the top of the mountain, very few people, but their blossoming of their unique talent, gift, and ability is just as important because it releases energy, positive love energy into the world. And so at the point, the very long point, sorry, I'm going to stop talking in a second, is that until we own our own brilliant magnificence, then we are also holding back our fulfillment of desires. That's law of attraction. That's agape. That's you name it. That's global thought. That is the energy of love, truth about who we are as human beings and humankind. Emphasis on kind. Okay, I rest my case. Okay, let's see. Definitely a good influence. Thank you. Troy, you should start a cult. I guess I can accept that. I prefer to inspire. I don't like the thing. And so maybe it's just semantics. Drink some Troy Kool-Aid Friday nights on Last Call. There you go. What I was saying, he promotes. You will be a household name. I agree with Ren. Oh, thank you. You're such a cheerleader. Glad to have you in my corner. and we grow together. Okay. So, yeah. So where are we now? Frank.
Well,
Well,
do you want to go back into the relationship topic, or
what do you want to do?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well,
Because you said you'd changed the topic, because we originally had like growing apart in relationships, right?
Yeah. Aging and growing apart. Well, you know, let's just be like tempting conversations. What do you want to talk about? We don't have to talk about that.
Oh.
I want to just, I do want to anchor in. We are doing this, like, because Frank has to bow out of co-host. So starting next week, get a message to me, book 15 minutes on my scheduler. It's Dr. Marissa 1 at youcanbook.me, or just go to drmarissa.life, or just Google Agent Oprah. Get a hold of me and say, I want to audition as your co-host. I'm single.
Carrier pigeon.
Huh? Carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
And or should I have them contact you, PJ? Do you want to produce this one? I mean, it would be fun. Okay. We got a question for Frank. What does Pirolo mean exactly?
It means it's my last name. Your guess is as good as mine, man. It's something Italian.
Frank, I can't believe you don't know what it means.
I've never met a Pirolo I'm not related to.
Oh, so it's a
it's uncommon.
Translation in English. I'm going to share this screen so you know what I'm doing. Yeah, I've always wanted to know that, but I never had time to.
I guess it's time to look it up. I'm going to look it up too.
Yeah,
here.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. What is that?
Looks like your online shopping history.
Yeah, I know. That's so funny.
That's what that's what the cookies are, right?
Pirolo. Uh-huh.
Oh.
How do you use Pirolo? Oh, it is Italian. It doesn't say. Okay, let's go back to the.
I will be right back.
All right.
I apologize.
That's okay. Word.
Radio, this is Frank.
Pirolo. Noun. Oh, to be pressed.
I'm back.
To be pressed. And it's a peg on a musical instrument.
Oh.
Wow. Is that cool or what? Because of you said you are grateful for music, or you appreciate that you're. How is that for? That's a what caught moment. WACT. What caught means what are the chances of that? Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I had no idea. I never really thought much about my last name.
There you
I think
go.
that it sounds cool. But...
Now you know. Oh, look. Troy. It means peg in Italian.
Oh, yeah. Troy. Isn't Troy Italian?
Yeah, I like
his last name looks Italian.
Forgot to ask him. What does Pacelli mean? Troy. I'm sure he knows. For the record, Pacelli up derives from pace, which means peace.
I like
Another
that
one. Because you know I'm all about peace, right? It says if you look at Pirolo, so it's a variant of Pirello. Okay, there you go. Love learning new things. Okay, so I know what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Let's anchor this. Besides being single and an influencer, anything else I should put out as an advertisement for my co-host?
Can't have sleep apnea.
Exactly.
Or they use their CPAP instead of can't use their CPAP.
Yeah, getting it kicked off. So I'll just put the moose on the table. I got mad at Frank last week for the first time.
You didn't act mad. You acted concerned.
Okay, thank you. Well, I was pissed because I was watching him on camera as I'm talking, yawning, and like
I don't even realize when I do it too. I'm a chronic yawner. Like I've trained myself when I'm doing DJ gigs to like suppress it, and I kind of do the same where like my mouth like clenches up and my eyes start to roll back. It's really weird.
Oh my gosh!
But I didn't even realize. It totally caught me off guard after the show because I'm like, I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah. So that led to the conversation that, he is doing too much, and this is a little bit of an extra stretch for him. So anyways, if you just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in the studio today, it is Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on NBC News Radio KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, the station that leaves no listener behind. This is show number 1054, 600 consecutive weeks on the air, on camera. And we are auditioning. We are officially auditioning for co-host for Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and
Frank Pirolo.
For now.
It could be your name soon, yeah.
Exactly. And the only qualifications you have are, one, that you are single, and two, that you are an influencer, whatever that means to you. And you can either contact Orville Nation. He has a YouTube channel and a show. You can free subscribe there or free subscribe on mine. And I do believe we are now closer to that 2,000 mark. I am at 301,000 views on my YouTube channel, which I'm very delighted about. I am also now over 11,000 likes on my TikTok. Now I know I say I don't pay attention to numbers, or I don't ask for numbers, but it is kind of fun to see the numbers growing. I don't do anything special to get them to grow, especially by numbers. And that's one of the reasons why I am against people asking me what my numbers are to decide whether they come on the show or not. Really irks me, because anybody can buy numbers, and if that's what you consume with, then you don't know my show. I want people to come on because they know that this is a place where I'm not going to attack you, and I think that everybody's fabulous, and I want to spotlight areas of temporary darkness in the world so that we can make the kind in humankind. So you can contact me at drmarissa.life, where if you are also interested in magic, wait, I didn't start that on the right key. Whoa, 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 it's magic. There we go. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. You know that song, right, Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Good
You
song.
know the words, you know the artist. I'm horrible with that stuff, but I do know the melody. And this Friday night, you can be my date. I'll have the best seats in the house, but I have a block of 30 tickets that I get to distribute. Do you want to go, or are you working?
I am DJing a wedding Friday and Saturday.
Okay. And if you want a great DJ, go to, what's your address, Frank?
I'm rebuilding my website at the moment, but you can email me at frank@lakesidedjservices.com.
Okay.
Or you can reach out on my socials. Lakeside DJ Services is my Instagram and my Facebook page. And then I have my personal Instagram for my music stuff is at 71 music, 7 letter T number 1 music.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you to make something easier than that, because I never remember to tell you, because it's not easy. All right. Yeah. Michael Carbonaro. He's got to be good, because that's my favorite pasta. He has a show on True TV that's very successful. I have 30 tickets that were gifted to me by my show sponsor, Dana, who will be in Idaho at his own place. That is a great venue as well, with lots of entertainment. Saban Theater is a historic landmark beautiful theater. So I've spoken and sung on that stage. So come join me by going to drmarissa.life. It is this Friday, the 3rd. Headliners at 8. It opens. Okay. Doors open at 6, headliner at 8.
This is the guy you had on the show last week, right?
Nope, different.
Oh, different.
Another musician, another magician.
Okay.
I obviously like magicians because
they're magical.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I actually dated David Copperfield back in the day. So
wow.
I think that set me off. He did not make me disappear, by the way. This was when he was first starting to get big. I was a model in Toronto. We met. I was on the runway. He was performing. And the rest, as they say, is magic. Yeah, I had to sign stuff, not to give away secrets and all that kind of good stuff. This is before he became enchanted with blondes. All right. Let's see. Are you suggesting Frank has a lot of stress co-hosting? What is that? I don't even know what that means. But it looks like a bad word. The Cashew Gallery, yes, 2000 celebration. You keep saying that. But I would like you to go to drmarissa.life if you want the Asian Oprah giveaway for today. You get a ticket to Michael Carbonara, and you get a ticket to Michael Carbonara by going to drmarissa.life. You scroll down. It's a very easy way to win on my show, and I'll just show you how easy it is and share this. Have you been to my website?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay, that's nice.
Yes, because you were doing your giveaways, and I was telling all my friends about it.
Oh, good. There you go. I actually did this myself. So this is one of I love being creative. And there's my book. And there's my happiness coaching, motivational speaker, work site coaching, talk radio guest spot.
You did a good job on this website.
Thank you. And these are all the people that endorse my book. I'm not doing public classes anymore, but if you want me to teach you some Tai Chi, we can work that out. And right down here, we know if you're here to win an Asian Oprah giveaway or to be a guest on my show, book a motivational speaker, happiness coach, or consulting psychologist, MC, or cover your red carpet, or just to be part of my tribe. So here you would just put your name and put in Asian Oprah giveaway or magic or whatever it is. And then there's an automatic thing giving you happy tips and including you in my happy tribe. And then a follow-up email by my trusty assistant, who's very busy with her one client, hint, hint, who will get back to you with instructions on how to get your free tickets for Friday night. Capiche? Capiche. All right. And there you can see lots of different videos. Also, those of you who have not seen it, you might like this specifically, PJ. If you go to up here, red carpet, I have a gallery of all the phenomenal people I've gotten to meet. There's my big brother, Michael, John Travolta, Halle Berry, Quincy Jones, Wayne Brady when I was on Let's Make a Deal. There's Manny Pacquiao when I was speaking in the Philippines. There's Stevie Wonder, Melissa Etheridge, Kevin Costner. He asked me backstage when he was performing down in Solana Beach. The Nanny.
ACAA.
Who is that? That's interesting. Richard Dreyfuss, Paula Abdul, Marion Ross. She just went to 84. There's Pierce Brosnan, his wife Kaylee, Jessica Cox, the Guinness World Book Records first armless pilot, Ray Lewis, MVP Gloria Allred, Eric Darius, Alicia Summers, Reverend James incredible. Lieutenant Uhura, Crystal Gale, and the Philippine Oprah. This is like too fast. I need to stop. Oprah's boyfriend. What's his name? Stedman. Don Miguel Ruiz, Michael, my big brother, Ayala Van Sant, Ariane Williamson, the founder of Make-A-Wish Foundation, Anson Williams, Ralph Mouth. This is the first wife of Dr. John Gray, who is the mega bestseller, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I have these pictures somewhere. Who did I miss that I went by so fast? Gymnast Shannon Miller, gold medalist. Oh boy, I'm surprised I got the words like I did already. I'm okay. I have to stop. I'm not going to shit on myself. But anyways, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I've only met, I think, like, I met one of my favorite musicians, but he's not even that famous anymore.
There's Lakers.
Wow.
I always forget his name. Oh, billionaire. I love him. Priscilla Presley, the president of Mexico, the father of self-development, Pancho Sanchez, Corey Feldman, Gerald Albright, Van Morrison, Ray, Ramsey Lewis, Senator John, is that Senator? Which senator is this? Do you guys? It's not McCain. Is it McCain? Oh boy, I better get that right. My big brother with my daughters. Oh, from is it Full House? Mackenzie Phillips. This is the real Jerry Maguire. The Robert Kennedy Jr. Robert Kennedy Jr. and his wife. That was on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
We are down to 2 minutes.
Oh boy. Okay, I gotta stop. From Chips.
So many good interviews.
And I'm not even done. So you're gonna need to go to my website and check those all out. Okay, so what did we talk about today on relationships? It is that we are going to have a new co-host of Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa, and you can apply. Please apply to drmarissa.life or to Orville Nation. And I should have Bobby back. Okay, fine. I am so delighted that we got to play this morning. All of this stemming from following the inner voice. Hey, I've gotten very successful following that inner silent voice professionally. Now we're going to trust it with my personal life. So I am delighted that you joined us here, and Frank is like, you are out of time. Thank you so much. 1 minute. Thank you to the Cashew Gallery. Thank you, Frank. I don't think we're going to find someone as quick as next week to start to audition, but we'll still have you. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, folks, tomorrow is Friday. Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and the daughter of the founder of The Temptations, Otis Williams. I do know that you will stay tuned because it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever.